Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. There we go.
But the gimbal doesn't seem very stable.
Yeah, now we gotta figure out the gimbal. Should we restart? There we go. Oh, that was pretty cool. Oh, rotate again? Okay. There we go. What? No, this isn't a vertical... Okay. No gimbals. I think there's a block. Okay. There we go. What? No, this isn't a vertical... Oh, there's audio. Okay. No gimbals. Oh. Can you see it?
On what?
On your phone?
Oh.
So if we were going to...
Oh, yeah, you're live.
Yeah, but is the orientation right?
No. I see a door sideways.
Huh.
Well, anyway, hello to everyone's here. Like, exciting first Black Friday stream. Maybe if I do this, do I look straight?
We're flipping everything on its head, just like our prices.
No, it's still.
Okay, so should this just be a vertical stream? It's a vertical stream now.
Okay, I don't know how to fast forward. Or what have the people said? No, whatever. Are we?
Should this just be a vertical stream?
Oh, now we're straight. Okay.
Oh, they want Shane.
All right, let's take a quick tour of the openpilot office.
Is Shane in there? See a little web team.
All right, guys. So we are hiring in most teams. We'll start off with a quick little tour of the whole new office space. See the great workplace you might be able to work at.
It's Kurt.
We got Kurt, our new GPS expert. Web and infrastructure expert.
Cameron shipped our new website last week. Pretty cool. He's working on lots of Connect features for you guys. And then you guys all know Shane over there. He's working on car stuff. Hard at work right now.
What do we got on the office tour? Oh yeah.
And then the testing closet.
Testing closet.
And just a reminder that we're going to win.
The legend himself sits by the win sign. Right, how many secrets did we show on all the whiteboards? All of them?
None.
Our beautiful wall of metrics. See, this shows all the failures.
Oh, look, Chris is in there. What's up, Chris? You can come play ping pong here.
Oh yeah, this is our super hyper competitive ping pong room. The level used to be very, very low when we got the table, but times have since changed, and now everyone takes it very seriously.
All right, so we make our way over to
the rest of the tour.
Should we go downstairs or should we finish upstairs? We can show for operations.
We can just walk around and.
Or we can show off the gym.
Oh yeah. Let's show them our new gym.
If you guys might remember Bathroom Land.
We are hiring for most teams, so if you like what we do, you're interested in working here, please check out if there's a good fit for you.
So our work in progress gym. You want to say hi?
The floor is quite hard to put down.
This is very exciting. I didn't even know about this room.
There's just so many rooms in this office.
I just learned about this right now. Wow, this is like a whole thing.
Yeah. There's Shane. Shane tracked this down. Thank you.
Can you take him to the yoga studio?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got yoga tomorrow.
I didn't realize that thing goes on the wall.
It's a giant light. Yeah. It changes colors too.
And you can see our courtyard down here. Our Christmas tree is going right there. All right.
Alrighty. We are hiring. No, we're still working our way over there. Oh, we're having ice cream on the way.
Can you show them the Department of Hacks?
Oh, the Department of Hacks is a little sad right now.
Yeah.
But somebody can come here and build a great Department of Hacks.
This is where all side projects live.
Yeah, we had this grandiose idea to have a room dedicated to employee side projects. But as you can see, it's just become a storage unit.
I like this side
We've been hard at work. It's on 09 for you guys.
There wasn't that much time for side projects at the moment. But hopefully that'll change. Yeah, a little brunch room.
You can take them downstairs?
Yeah, let's go down. So what's the plan, Deep?
Should we talk to hardware team?
Yeah, if you want to say hi.
Unless there's...
Say hi to hardware team.
Is hardware team here?
Oh, no, there's no hardware team here.
Oh,
Let's
let's
go to
do
the
it.
hardware room.
All right, hardware team's downstairs.
All right, but so Deep, what's the plan? We're gonna go downstairs. We're gonna check out production.
Yeah.
We're gonna see all the cool stuff they're doing. We're gonna get a new device.
And here's your keys.
We're gonna get it into a car, and we're gonna have a customer experience.
Yeah. Oh, we should have started off with the website. We can do that downstairs.
Yeah. Do they have any questions so far? Do they have any questions about 09?
I just see a comment that says 09, but no question.
I see. And of course, Black Friday sale. There's never been a better time to buy common trees.
It's a pretty incredible deal. New version, lower price.
Yeah. Less is more.
Somebody says this isn't Twitter HQ? No, it is not.
It's better.
Is that the Corolla? Oh, Shane brought it out in front for us.
Gotta get the keys. You show them our nice little outdoor printer and our phone.
Yeah. I think you're supposed to use a joystick. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Talking about the nav model. We can talk about the nav model in the car. Alright.
I gotta close the door. All right.
Welcome to
Here's the devices you will not get if you order on Black Friday. These will go back and be fixed. This is production team.
We won't make
Should we start at Circuit Spoke?
Yeah, let's go to Circuit.
All right.
Too much. So Circuit Spoke is some real amazing. It's a real production line, conveyor belts. You're just gonna put parts in and comma 3 come out. Oh, is this stream?
Oh,
Is this stream?
yeah. All right. So it actually starts over here. Victor is programming our jet printer.
Nice. Wow, this is so amazing.
And then devices. Oh, it'd be cool if we had a device in each state, but this is a little hard to turn. So devices start out here. They get the solder paste jet printed on. And then they go over to the pick and place. Places all the components. And then over to the oven on this conveyor belt. All the way to our... Oh, no, turn. Turn. All the way over to the AOI, where they get inspected. You can see the line is rolling right now, very slowly.
Oh my god, I didn't realize it was already operational.
No, we're not using boards from the line yet. Can you give us the rundown of 09? We'll do that in the car. What else? Good vegan. We do have vegan food, actually.
Yeah, we've got pretty good vegetarian food. I don't know, is vegan and vegetarian the same?
To our vegans, yes. I didn't get new head office. We only have one office.
This is the head office.
Yes.
This seems pretty cool. The optical inspection.
It'll take lots of pictures of your Comma 3.
All the lenses switch out super fast. Make sure everything's working.
Oh, that's our custom 3D printer board. But
Right, do we walk through production and take a device?
yeah. All right. Oh, I think they're having their meeting right now.
Oh,
Maybe we shouldn't disturb them too much.
Disturb them too much.
All right.
Let's quickly walk through. Hey, let's quickly walk through and get our device.
All right. This is where your devices get built.
Are you gonna walk through all the features of 09? On the
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
drive.
in the car.
Yeah. All right. And then shall we pick up a device?
Let's pick up a device.
Should we tell them the process?
Of what?
Should we start at the website and then we'll go and pick it up?
I mean, I think we know how to buy something.
All right, all
I
right.
assume they got that part.
Fair enough. I just wanted to show off the new website.
If you think it'll help.
But we do have a new website. Check our new website.
And
It
we
looks
buy them
amazing.
right here. And we've got all our first Comma 3s being fulfilled for Black Friday.
Wow.
Ada, where can we take a device? Pretend we just bought one.
You will be in love with it.
Where can we take what bin?
We don't like it, we'll return it.
They want to know which bin they can take one out of.
One of whichever.
Should we get a basic edition?
All of these are ready to ship.
What's the difference between all the storage variants?
This is a triggering question.
All
All right, great. We got a brand new
A
one.
new device.
We're going to show you guys the first install experience.
And then we'll go for our 09 drive and we'll talk about all the details.
Is there a way to use the wide cam on this?
I mean, I thought we tried that and there was technical difficulties.
Yeah. Alright. We can show them the fleet.
Alrighty. Show more EV6,
Yeah, a Chevy Bolt.
our beautiful Taco Bell car over here. This is the one that's gonna take us to Taco Bell.
In 4 weeks' time.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get out.
Oh, okay.
Well, we need a few minutes to set up anyway. Right, we've got our exit lock, so.
All right.
And this is just one of the 2 garage spaces. No parking for days.
All right, we should figure out how to rotate too.
No, you can figure that out.
Okay.
Set up there by
Your very first setup. Okay. We got a brand new device.
Brand new device. Still got the screen protector on. So I'm just gonna plug this in and see what happens.
Oh, it's just to store more driving data for your dash cam videos and such. No performance implications.
Alright, I plugged it in. I'm just gonna drive outside because the security guard is very confused. We can wait out there. Got 24-hour security.
Oh, this is gonna. Maybe we should stop over there. Oh, but we got a Wi-Fi range. Maybe we should just make a right.
Okay. Mode. So maybe don't film that.
It's
41.
All right, we got the Wi-Fi put in.
Alrighty. What happens now? I don't think I've ever done this procedure.
All right, now click continue.
Continue.
Of course, we want to install custom software.
Custom software. Alrighty. Let's do that. What now?
Openpilot.comma.ai.
Openpilot.comma.ai. Wow, this is really simple. And that's all the users have to do
That's it.
after they pay $18.49 in the store?
Yep. Where is the Accord? The Accord is back in the parking garage. Is there an option for in-person pickup? No.
Guess we can't have time to receive clients. We've only got 15 employees. Oh, wait, it's already installed.
Yeah, I told you it was fast. 09 is great. Virtually, Chris might come out of retirement. Nice.
Great.
Looking forward to the videos.
Oh, terms and conditions.
This is the smoothest growing part of OpenPilot too.
Alrighty. Agree. Begin training. Boom. Boom. I've done this before, guys. So you guys should read what's going on. I know what I'm doing.
Tap on the alert. No, on the alert.
Yes, I want to upload my data. Tap on the max speed.
How fast can you ship?
Alrighty.
We ship same day. 2-day shipping. Just like Amazon.
Press the pedal. All right, finish training.
All right, great.
Are we good to go?
No, we're on chill mode. We want to go on
okay.
experimental mode?
Yeah, let's do experimental mode.
Oh, they say take the plastic off. They can't see the screen.
Okay, let's take the plastic off. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. So I felt kind of bad doing that. Such a beautiful screen.
I don't know. Let's use the, let's go through the normal flow on the off-road.
What's the normal flow?
Turn off the car. Oh, you haven't gone through this, have you?
No. What's going
All
on?
right, so click on it.
On what? Oh, on this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, this is cool. All right, I'm out of chill mode. Let's do it. Experimental. New driving visualization, end-to-end control. Yes, please.
It turns red.
Wow. Oh my God, look at it. We're on experimental mode. Are we ready to go?
We're ready to go. Let's go for it.
Alrighty, let's take it for a drive.
When do you think the knee will be ready to ship? Fortunately, not super soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, some other priorities are taking that over for a while, but
I think you guys will enjoy the results.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys have any more feedback on 09 or questions about that?
Are you going to sell that unit after the stream? We'll fix it up and give it back to production. Is 09 compatible with Comma 2? No. Comma 3 only.
So we are waiting for it to calibrate.
Which is pretty quick.
Calibrates really fast now. There used to be a time years ago when I think it was like a 40-minute highway drive was required to get it to calibrate. It was really embarrassing. And then you accidentally reset calibration and then you got to drive another 40 minutes. But no longer. By the time we're on the highway, it should be good. Someone asked about navigate on openpilot, I guess. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about nav on openpilot.
So yeah, one of the future, so there's really 3 big features that we've been working on for the last, that's kind of the plan, which is, the first is end-to-end lateral planning, so it steers like a human. That we've already fully shipped. That's been shipped for a few releases now. Then end-to-end longitudinal planning, so it can control the gas and the brakes like a human. That's been what we've been focusing on for the last few months, and that's what experimental mode enables. And then the last one is navigate on openpilot. So we would want to, humans look at the map to know where they're going. Oh, is there no map?
No, we didn't set up Prime.
Well, we don't have Prime, so we don't have a map on this device to show. But once you have,
do you need to make sure you calibrate on a road with clean lane line? No. As long as it says calibrated, you're all good.
So the way the calibration works is it just looks at the way the car is moving and can know kind of the orientation of how it's set up, assuming that cars generally move forward. So it works everywhere all the time, as long as the camera can see the road. So we're now enabled in end-to-end long mode. So it's doing everything, it's steering, it's deciding how fast to drive. I guess it's the latest few updates, it's kind of usable.
I think it's super usable on the Corolla.
Yeah, so let's see how this goes. So we'll try to go to somewhere into downtown.
I don't know why it really doesn't want to rotate.
And we're still in Portugal.
Maybe we can kill this straight and restart. Alright guys, we'll come back in a sec. You can't really see that much.
Right.
Alright, we're back. It doesn't seem fixed. Okay. And you can pay us to fix it for you for a $100 labor. So it'll just be cost of parts plus labor, or you can do the repair yourself for just the cost of parts. It's live on the shop right now if you want to go check it out.
I didn't finish talking about navigate on openpilot, but basically if we show the map of the navigation of where you're driving, the same one that you can use in the Comma 3 UI to get where you're going, we just show the model that map and we can tell the model that's where you want to go, and it should kind of figure it out by itself. We're kind of working on that on the side right now. There's some branches open, but they're not really close to being very functional yet. We're still kind of working on it. But that's how we're planning to get to Taco Bell. Put in the Taco Bell destination, press engage, and the rest will just happen by itself. What else do they need to know?
Do they have any questions? Does the lane change use the blind spot sensors? Yes, it'll block on them right now. Eventually, we'll start using the decam for that and some corner radars on cars that have it.
But yeah, it'll prevent you from making the lane change if it detects a car there on the cars that have them. What else is actually, I don't really know where I'm going.
How many of you guys have Comma 3s right now? What's your ETA on Taco now? As usual, there's no ETA. We would love to know too.
On Taco Nav?
No, just on Taco.
Oh, I mean, the deadline was the end of the year and we're very motivated to get there. But as you can see, we're really working pretty hard. We've got end-to-end longitudinal shift in experimental mode. Just making these lane changes here. Stay here. And let's hope this somehow ends up with an interesting place to drive. It's kind of improvisation without the nav. I got more questions about 09?
No, not yet. You guys have questions about 09, 091?
The Black Friday sale. This is the cheapest time ever to buy a Comma 3, so get in while you can.
Or if you're thinking about applying for a job, you have any questions? This is the time for questions.
Yeah, well, but as you can see here, openpilot's deciding how fast to drive. 55 is a pretty reasonable speed here.
Some guy asked us to slow down on curves. It's slowing down right now.
Yeah, it's slowing down. I mean, the lead's quite far away, so that's not really what's deciding the speed right now. It's just end-to-end long thinks this is a good speed for this part of the road.
Yeah, usually it would like lose the lead in a curve, accelerate a little bit, catch it, and you would have these big discontinuities.
So we don't have Navigator and Autopilot here, so we have to take the exits ourselves. And then this is a really hard part. This is what we'll likely still have to improve in the future. It's like slowing down on the off ramp. But I mean, it's slowing down actually pretty good here.
Yeah.
We'll see if
it'll
it
take
makes
the
it for
stop sign.
I think it wouldn't have stopped in time. I'll take over here.
Is the GitHub roadmap correct and 09 means feature complete? I mean, pretty feature complete. We know what everything looks like right now.
I mean, there's only really three big things that we're working on, which is like Navigator and OpenPilot, end-to-end lateral, and end-to-end long, and you know we've shipped end-to-end long now in experimental mode, and we're working on Navigator and OpenPilot, and that's what we consider like feature complete.
No, Mads is not coming. Stop asking about it. Yes, you could set the destination from your phone. What's the craziest edge case you've seen so far in user data?
I mean, there's a lot of edge cases, I guess.
Will it swerve around cyclists? Maybe.
It's getting a lot better at that kind of stuff, like making good lateral decisions and moving around for stuff.
The URL to install 09 is openpilot. Is there a revised talk about route from the new office? Oh, same route.
Like slow down for this big dip.
How do you train nav? From Gregor.
So we train nav by just inputting the map of the image and then ground truthing it on that. So we show it where the user went. We tell it if the user wanted to go there.
This is our first red light. And down for a yellow.
Here we go.
It's very human-like.
Oh, what a comfortable stop. Look at that, end-to-end long.
Last night I had to do an unprotected left turn. It was pretty cool. Crept up a little bit, stopped, and then went.
I'm not sure why it's creeping up now, but I guess it doesn't go. Yeah, so we show it the image, we show it the navigation that that would have taken it where the user ended up going, and then we say, given this navigation input, I'm just going to turn left here. This seems like a more interesting place to drive. Given that information, then just plan the best thing to match the human trajectory, and that will just work with nav. So that's how we grounded it, and we've got some experimental branches that work, but we're still fixing some bugs. Hopefully that'll be pretty good soon.
Some guy asks, he had a Comet 2, he tried it out, but the follow distance was too long. So we've since shortened it, but with end-to-end, this should just be, once we have more conservative lead policy, it should be pretty human-like.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is it's hard to find something that's not too long in all situations and not too short in all situations, so it's a bit nuanced. But end-to-end is really good at getting those differences, so it should feel a lot more comfortable all the time.
Will different drive modes ever be created beyond chill and experimental? So yes, but so chill and experimental they're not quite driver aggressiveness profiles. They're more, do you want the polished experience or do you want to try the bleeding edge stuff? So we'll have another thing on top of that that'll allow you to select. That'll be somewhat like a follow distance, but it'll be a aggressiveness kind of slider.
Yeah, so this right here is a really good example of the kind of stuff that.
Oh, and it just
stopped for the orange light.
Could EDD eventually read the OEM follow distance settings and adjust the follow distance? So I mean, that doesn't really have anything to do with end-to-end long. It's more of like an experience question, and until now, this is how we've designed the experience. Oh, the Corolla, yeah, you have to click resume if you engage at a stop. Yeah, it's a Corolla thing. We should show an alert.
Yeah. Here we go. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that it's really improved a lot in 09, like moving over for these stopped cars, kind of avoiding these cones. Before it was a lot more lazy and kind of reacting to these obstacles around, but you can see it's planning it really well here.
The set speed is 45, it's driving a reasonable 21.
Yeah, then we got that other light coming up.
Does it stop at stop signs as well? Yeah. It'll do it just drives the an appropriate speed, and from that you got stop signs, lights, slowing down for turns.
I mean, it's still like it makes mistakes still quite frequently, and the easier the situation is, the less likely it's going to be to make mistakes. Like these really clear intersections, like these ones, are the ones it struggles the least with.
But this is slowing down a little bit too much right now. But I mean, it's still comfortable.
Like the speed limit here was 30, and it was driving 20. And now it's accelerating back up. Like It's definitely not perfect, but in a lot of cases it makes pretty sensible decisions.
I mean, it's definitely more chill than the ACC policy, which would just accelerate to your set speed.
Yeah, every now and again I have it on the wrong mode and I engage and it just accelerates. I'm like, oh no, it's broken. But it turns out that's just ACC policy. I don't know. Try to make a U-turn here. So.
And then some guy asked again what the different storage means. It's just for your dash cam video, so if you don't care too much about that, just go for the basic edition. It'll work exactly the same for openpilot.
Yeah, any other questions? Has anyone tried out the end-to-end long?
Yeah, this guy says Excel is great.
Oh, the new Excel from Stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did fix that in this release. A lot of people were complaining about how slowly it accelerated from a stop. And so we bumped up the low speed acceleration for the ACC policy. So hopefully that fixes some people's experience.
Does it read and adjust speed to current speed limit signs? So again, it doesn't explicitly do any of this. It looks at the picture, the same thing you look at, and it just chooses a speed to drive.
Yeah. Yeah, so in these last few last 10 minutes or so, it's been selecting the speed the whole time, and it can just tell by looking at the scene, the parked cars around, at the road, all that. It knows what's a good speed to drive is. You don't need to tell it to read the speed limit signs or anything like that.
Yeah, so I see a lot of specific questions about like very particular scenarios. We don't look at any of that stuff. It'll just slowly get better at more nuanced scenarios as we refine it. It should just kind of do something that's generally correct, but maybe it won't be super comfortable right now. Won't the drive data degrade the eMMC chip? No. So we tested this. We tested the flash really extensively before we started shipping the basic editions. I wouldn't be concerned about that at all. You would have to be driving for years and years before you even start to be concerned about that.
What else? Yeah, end-to-end long is supposed to be a lot better in like stop and go traffic, kind of in the situation, because it accelerates much harder when necessary and is also more chill when it sees it's like more of a stop and go scene. I'm just gonna go here behind and take a U-turn.
Is the inside camera able to see outside the driver and passenger side windows?
Yes.
Definitely love 09 end-to-end long. Slowing down stop signs are hit or miss. Yeah, that's our experience too. Yeah, I think it's really quite good if you use it properly. If you don't just try to let it take every stop sign, it'll generally kind of slow down, and then if it's not going to stop in time, or if it's doing something you wouldn't do, just take over and then re-engage. Taking over and re-engaging should always be very comfortable. How did you cut the model training time by days?
Oh, I mean, yeah. Cutting the model train. So now I had to press resume? Or?
Oh, yeah, you got to press resume if you engage at a stop with the Corolla.
Oh, I see, if you engage at a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cutting the model training time was a very, very long project. That was probably a main focus for about 6 months or so. What we were doing is we had many, many training steps that we had graduated into over time. So we were training maybe 4 models, and one had to train, and then we had to run that model on all the data, and then the next one had to train. And it would just, all the training times individually took long. There were many steps. And so we just kind of re-architected the system with all the steps removed, and then spent around 6 months actually trying to ship this re-architected system. There was just so many subtle bugs and differences and things that we ended up seeming to rely on, even though that wasn't intentional. But so that was a huge project to just kind of simplify the architecture, reduce the total steps, and then on top of that, we upgraded to a new data center with much more compute and improved our infrastructure, so it used the compute much more efficiently. So it was a very big thing. It wasn't like one trick. It was months of very hard work from infrastructure, machine learning, and everyone.
Yeah, it's very exciting now. We're shipping models almost every week, sometimes multiple models a week. So the pace of improvement is really pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we went from shipping like a couple models in a whole year to, over the last month, we've probably merged 5 new models. So it's really paid off, these like 6 months of really hard work and improving the flow.
You want to talk about some of the cool tests we have, like the hugging test and like the speed convergence test?
Yeah, sure. So one of the reasons that we're able to iterate through models really quickly and ship them with some amount of confidence that they will improve things is we have a huge test suite that tests both in Carla and in our own simulator that uses real data. They simulate certain scenarios and they change a few factors. They check how the openpilot will drive if you give it certain issues, like we can introduce steering wheel lag, which some cars have. We can introduce like steering wheel noise. And so we can check how openpilot drives in all these different conditions, with noise, without noise, with lag. And then we can build up some amount of confidence that it will drive well in the real world. And now for end-to-end long, we've got simulator tests for traffic lights, stop signs, all in both Corolla and in our own simulation stack. And that means that, you know, you can make a change and you can kind of look at this entire suite of tests and kind of build up a picture of how openpilot will drive without ever having to actually get into a car, which is incredibly inefficient. Here you can see cones. It's well, pretty close, but made it around. That's something we had in previous releases. We were trying to get it to be better at. Just detecting like cones and obstacles is something that's historically been a problem.
All right, so we got a few questions. Doing more work on RAM. Yes, we got a lot of new cars recently, so we're kind of just going down the list. But yeah, expect the RAM to get a lot better. Can the openpilot be trained to press the resume? So you're probably talking about GM. Yeah, we'll fix up the GM. Why do we get torque limits so often with the latest 2 models on KNFD? Which car are you talking about? I bought a comma 2 to 3 years ago. What tangible benefits would I actually see by upgrading to a comma 3? I mean, this is it. It's chill driving on city streets.
I mean, if you're on the last stable comma 2 release, there's really actually quite a lot of differences between comma 3 and comma 2. We've obviously shipped these like experimental features now with end-to-end long. I mean, just stopped at the stoplight by itself. But the lateral control has improved so much. We have now very good systems at automatically tuning for most platforms. The steering wheel is super precise. It used to be jerky. We fixed so many different cars. Yeah, I think there's just so many improvements across the whole stack that either like subtly improve the experience, eliminate bugs, and then there's like the major stuff like this end-to-end long thing.
I mean, just check out the release notes and the blog post for this release. It's really pretty notable.
Yeah.
Let's see what else did release.
I mean, so we've just been engaged for like 5 minutes now. Stoplights, there's been obstacles on the road, there's been cones. They're pretty reliable.
One guy asked, does it take in multiple frames? Yes, it takes in 2 frames.
It takes in 2 frames at a time, and then it takes in the wide cam and the narrow cam as well. And then it also has a history buffer itself, so it can remember stuff.
Was the U-turn manual? Yes.
So yeah, for the cases where we had to make like decisions like making turns or exits, that's manual for now until we have Navigator and openpilot. But on this whole road here, where there's been like cars parked a little bit in the lane and there's been stoplights and all the speed selection, that's all been fully automatic. So here it's going to come up to a stoplight again. That should be no problem.
Oh, this gimbal is so hard to use. All right. Trust us. Nobody's touching anything. It's stopping for this light.
I mean, you don't have to trust us. It's the cheapest time ever to buy a comma 3. Buy a comma 3. If you don't have one, if you don't have a supported car, you can just rent a car, buy a comma 3, and if you don't want to keep it, you can send it back. Return shipping is paid for.
That's actually a good idea for your comma 2 users. We're asking what the difference is. I mean, if you don't see the difference, return it. You got 30 days.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to just drop in. It's same harness and everything.
Yeah, it's a no questions asked return. Just give it a shot. Return shipping is paid for, so it's a really no hassle experience.
I think it's all automatic too. You don't have to talk to anybody.
If you always wanted to try it and you're going on a road trip and renting a car, just rent a Toyota Corolla that's supported. Get you a comma 3, try it out.
What's the fork though? It's not a fork, so it's openpilot.comma.ai. This is stock OpenPilot 09. We're driving on the release. Master has already got a new model, but we'll save that for next time.
Yeah, no, this is all completely standard stuff.
No weird one-off discounts for $1,500. That was a one-time thing. I don't even know how to do that. I'm not figuring it out. Can't recommend a C3 enough. Way better than C2. Is E2E just one single model that does it all?
Yep, just one single model that does it all. So it's trained in simulation, and we simulate all conditions in the one training run. lateral noise, longitudinal noise, and yeah, that's it.
Shipping same day, yes. We're shipping every day. Not just this week, we always ship every day. 2-day shipping, immediate fulfillment, in stock now. You said it tries to avoid cones and parked cars. What about people or anything else? I mean, we don't really distinguish between these things.
So the harder it is to see, the more openpilot will struggle. But in general, I'm gonna take over here. I'm just gonna move fast. But yeah, so this is the
We gotta
first.
press resume. Yeah, it's a Corolla quirk.
So this is the first disengagement over these last 5 to 10 minutes, and several stoplights and obstacles and everything. So just to give you an idea of kind of where the end-to-end long is at. It's on easiest roads. It's relatively reliable, and then the rest is gonna come soon. Once we go, I also don't know where I am. I should probably start going home at some point.
Took my C3 to Italy this summer. Edie will never figure out how their driving style works.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Either we might do better than you someday. I'm gonna take over here, go around this car. Let me try to get out of the city. What else we got? Got any more questions? Does anyone have questions about working at Comma?
Do you train your models also? Yes, we train models.
Oh, I don't understand what that
Oh, is
question
it?
means.
Oh, on EU roads.
Yeah, so we've got majority American and Canadian data, but we do upweight the importance of non-US and Canada data in the training set so that we can get a bit more driving style diversity in there. We've got users all over the place. China, South Korea, Japan, Nigeria, India, all over the place. So that's all in the data set. It's obviously, I think around 50% American Canada now and 50% the rest.
Anyone have a Comma 2 and they're still having doubts about buying a Comma 3 today? How is Greg's work on torque limits helping with OP? I don't really know what that means. Comma Brazil says Brazil. That's cool. What does Comma Brazil do? Is that like Comma Europe?
I think there's one guy that drives a lot in Brazil. He's definitely seen him in the data set.
I would go check out the Brazil office. That sounds cool. What are you rocking there? 2020 Corolla, or is it 2019?
I think 2019.
Yeah, it's a TSS2 Corolla, so probably 2020, maybe 2019.
Yeah, I think this is our most popular platform, right? If you include the hybrid.
I mean, yeah, if you just look at the top ones and then you merge the Corolla. I think if you merge all the Toyotas, then RAV4 is still on top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Corolla, Prius, and RAV4 are all up there.
Right, more cones. Well, there's a lot of cones here in the city today. It's really putting the stream to the test here. But didn't hit them. Went through fine.
Went through a yellow light. There's some confusing lane markers on the road. Doesn't even flinch.
Yeah, no, I think you guys will be impressed with 09. It's in lateral. It's really a lot better at all these nuanced situations, like cones or faded lane lines, or kind of the road starts curving just slightly, S-turns. That stuff has gotten so much better in this release. So hopefully you guys will find that exciting.
Any ideas on displaying converged auto tune? Oh, we talked about that this morning. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tricky.
We want to visualize something, but we're not exactly sure yet how or what. So, but it's on our roadmap.
Does ED do anything with speed bumps? Actually, yes. Probably slows down a little bit too much. But yeah, it does see them right now. If red lights are working, that might be enough for me to upgrade. I appreciate the stream, guys. I mean, red lights are probably a reason to get you in, but you'll notice all the subtle things, and it'll feel a lot better. These things are just really hard to communicate. On the highway, it should still be a lot more comfortable and confident.
The steering has gotten so much smoother. We've spent a huge amount of effort over the last probably roughly 12 months getting the steering from being like good enough that it will take the turns and everything relatively well to really feeling like that kind of superhuman smooth control. And if you've got a car that's recently gotten torque control, which is our like new way of controlling the cars, you'll definitely notice a huge improvement. I think internally that was the biggest like feeling of, whoa, this is a big improvement in a while. everyone that drove on it was like, damn, this feels so much more human-like and smooth.
Maybe we should have done that 087 release, like the launch Comma 3 release versus 09. That would have been cool to do on stream.
Yeah.
But you guys can all try it out. I think you'll be surprised how big of a difference there is.
Right, and see how it accelerates here to the highway speeds. I'm honestly kind of impressed with how well the end-to-end long.
I told you the Corolla is really good. You've got to believe me now that the Optima has the best steering.
I mean, yeah, it failed on one of the stoplights, and everything else, like 10 stoplights, it did super smoothly, very human-like. Picked a good speed most of the time. Like, this is very, very good here, 45 miles an hour.
It feels super in control.
Yeah.
And slowing down here, normally wouldn't do that. What's the next toggle to be added and or removed? I have 2 I want to remove, but they're not super easy. I want to remove lane departure warnings and reset calibration button. But I really want to pull the trigger on a C3 right now, but my biggest issue is disabled AEB when doing long on my Hyundai.
Well, but you don't have to drive with that necessarily. You can just use the stock ACC. I mean, it'll still provide a lot of value.
I mean, yeah, this EDE long stuff on your Santa Fe is probably also not good enough to daily drive, so you can always just flick it on for a couple drives, try it out, and then hopefully, you know, we have something to replace it soon enough. So it's always a choice. It's an easy toggle.
Yeah, compared to like the stock Hyundai systems, openpilot is a lot smoother on the highway.
I can vouch for EDE, light handling, wet road, avoiding puddles, etc. most of the time on 0813. I hate the lane departure warnings. Well, you can turn them off. I want to make them good and turn them always on. Do you have the data on how many actually use the lane departure toggle? Yes, yeah. I think it's like 25%. EDE braking feels really jerky on the Civic. Toyota long delay probably smooths it out, says Chris.
Yeah, that is possible. There's really quite a few differences in the long control. We're working on kind of unifying it a lot. Currently, we've mostly been focusing on the Toyotas and the Hyundais.
Just waiting on EDE long / AEB issue to go C3. So I'd say EDE long is good enough for you to, you know, be excited and have a Comma 3. I wouldn't really wait on the AEB issue. I mean, it's, like I said, it's a toggle. You can try out head-to-head long when you want and then just go back to stock ACC. But, I mean, hopefully you're engaged, and AEB is essentially, if you have cruise control, it's largely mitigates the need.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the hope is you'll be largely engaged with end-to-end long, and then AEB shouldn't really be a concern in those scenarios.
So, openpilot also does have forward collision warnings. I don't know if you guys have noticed those, but if there is a case where openpilot thinks it cannot brake in time, but there should be more braking, you'll get a red alarm.
My friend is buying a Tesla with FSD. Will I be able to one-up him with a C3 on a 22 Camry? I think so. I think it's, I mean, it's not quite an FSD-like experience. It's, I think experimental mode is still pretty chill. Certainly more chill than FSD. But it definitely does some cool things. When are you going to get another VW Audi? Actually, Ford is next. Maybe buy a Ford this week. I don't know about VW Audi. Is Albert Einstein monitoring blind spots when a lane change is solicited?
No. I think we're coming up back home here, so probably should wrap up, I guess, if we get back. So.
All right. Any final questions?
Final questions.
Ford exclamation point. Yes, we're excited too. And that should have long pretty soon. We can do long at the camera.
Long.
And Chevy. We have a Bolt. Man, everybody clicks Bolt on the website. It's I didn't know people love the Chevy Bolt. That. What do you guys think of the new website too?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Can EDE brake as hard as stock ACC? So yeah, we
Yes.
have the ISO limits, same as your stock ACC. Taco self-drive soon.
No opinions on the website? Come on, guys. It's a great website.
I know.
I'm very proud of it.
New site is too green. Does it have that much green?
It's quite green,
to sell it.
yes.
New website is nice. Ordering harness would be nice if it had a search. Yeah, we're working on it. Web team is working on it. Does anybody else want to come here and work on web stuff? Shane had to do a shift as the web engineer last week. He wasn't super excited about it. He's back on cars this week. Love the new site. Thanks for the hard work, guys. It was all Shane and Cameron.
What do the people think of the new price?
Ew, web stuff. No, our web stuff is gonna be nice. Cameron's working really hard on Connect. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. He's doing an incredible job. Whoa, what's going on there?
They're fumigating.
Oh.
Old town pests.
C2 and C3 use the same mount? No, but like if you're super excited and you got your Comma 3, it'll work. But you should probably switch the mounts.
There's just a small part of the wide cam view that is obscured by the old mount.
Easy. EDU long using vision only. So the end-to-end policy is, but it also has the radar. It falls back to the old lead policy, which uses radar. Volkswagen Polo 6 is supportable with cruise control. Any way to support? Not sure. Go ask in the VW channel. We have a great Volkswagen maintainer who knows everything about Volkswagens.
Oh, stop at the stop sign.
Goes for the stop sign.
Goes for the stop sign.
It's really pretty human-like. Do you think there's a point where radar isn't going to be needed soon? Yes. It's so good that we haven't written the radar parser for our EV6 yet.
Yeah, with end-to-end long, a lot of the need for the radar will kind of go away. The reason the radar is necessary is just, it's the easy way to write assisted cruise control is to use the radar with the incredibly accurate lead speeds and then to write some simple logic. But that's not how humans decide to drive on the highway.
All right, guys.
All right, this is our first drive on a new C3.
Back at the office. Working. Does it look for oncoming traffic to go to stop sign? I mean, it's all, again, works well without radar. I've tested it quite a bit recently. Yeah, it works really quite well. Does OP know when to go during a 4-way stop sign? Sometimes. Is OP long for Honda Bosch supported? In experimental longitudinal mode, yes.
But yeah, that still needs some more to be smooth.
What's the web stack? github.com/calibration/connect. Go check it out. Any more questions? Is that it, guys? Any more 09 questions? What's coming up? 09 experiences?
Well, if that's all they got,
All right.
guys,
This is so hard.
buy a Comma 3. If you don't like it, send it back. It's going to be cheaper than it's ever going to be. Biggest sale ever.
What do my comma points do? I'm not really sure.
They look nice. You should be very proud. I have a lot of Comma points. I'm very proud of them.
Just go live more often. But what do you want to know? This
Yeah.
wasn't. I feel like this. We didn't tell you guys that much.
We'll do a Q&A every now and again if you guys have questions.
We just didn't get that many questions. I traveled for work. How easy to temporarily switch to a rental car? I'd say the hardest part is probably removing the mount. But if you've got a nice workflow for that, then it's really quite easy. Extra cameras needed for full self-driving. We'll see.
We should be able to make lane changes with the blind spot monitor and the interior cam pretty reliably.
All right, this guy says bye. I think it's done.
All right. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Comma 3.